Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Today we're here doing Raw Edit 74, I believe, for Jared Poland, Fro Knows Photo. I believe it's 74 or 75. Yeah, I'll check in a second. Sorry, we have an awesome portrait today, and it's gonna turn out to look really cool. I'm gonna try something different. I know some people have heard of this, some people have not. You normally wouldn't do this for a female model, like which we have today. I'm doing the Dragan effect. I just think it'd be really, really cool to bring out, the piercing and just her features and make her eyes pop. So yeah, here we go. So this was shot with the Canon EOS 350D, which is like the XT1i or something like that. It's not one of the newer cameras, but it's still a very, very nice raw image. That's what you get when you shoot raw. You get something really, really awesome. So shot at f4, 1/12500th of a second at ISO 200, because it was obviously a bright day outside, as you see an awesome, awesome rim light going around her hair. And this was shot with the 24-105 Canon lens at 105 millimeters. So it's good. You're getting that compression, and even at f4, you can see how awesome this background is blurred out. Seems like there might be a little bit of dust or some schmutz on the sensor or on the camera, so you may have to pay attention to that. But before I do anything big, the first thing I do is always I do a lens correction. I enable it. You're gonna have to look forward up, and as you see, it just does something slight. It flattens the image out to how it's supposed to be, so there's no distortion. As you see, it's just slight. Okay. So what do I want to do to this? Before I know what I'm going to do with the Dragan effect, I know I'm going to just add some vignetting. It's one of the main things I'll do. As I said, I want to get rid of this schmutz, because I don't think that's on my computer screen. So let's just do a quick spot removal. So let's just do a very, very tiny one. Just take it right there. Boom, gone. See, schmutz gone, so good. All right, awesome. So as I said, I'm not going to do anything within this raw file per se. I'm going to crop a little bit. She's a little too central, so I know a lot of people are like, I don't crop, but I feel like I need to move her her one eye or something just closer to an edge frame or something like that. So I'm going to start off with something like this and just move it over a little bit. Just to give it a little bit more tension, and maybe a little too far, but just something so it's not so dead center. You want to keep that in. You know what? I kind of like that on the side there, so I think that's going to give much more of a better presentation. So what do we do first? Okay, so say we're done right here. Boom. I'm opening up the raw file, and now we're going to start with our Dragan effect. So first thing you do is you go into Image, Adjustments, and go into the levels. And you're going to want to set the shadows, which is this one right here, to about 40. So I'm just going to type in 40, and it's making that pop. I might go a little less, but usually you put it at about 40. Click OK. Go back into your image, Adjustments, and you want to go into your Hue and Saturation tab. And you're going to want to pull your saturation down, so you're taking color away from the image. So it's usually suggested to put it about 45, 40, somewhere around there. So I'm going to go around like 42 or something, just a little bit. And the next thing you can kind of do is add a yellowish tint if you want. It's a very, very optional, but you just don't bring it up that much, just like +6, because it's just giving a little bit. So leave it at about +6. Boom. See, it kind of looks like I'm doing a, selective color. I'm not. You'll see exactly what I am doing. Next thing you do, go back into Images. I'm going to go into Adjustments, the Levels. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to say levels. I'm going to go into Curves. Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm going to set 3 points. I'm going to set a point for your highlights. I'm going to go about the midpoint to do your midtones, and about down here to do your shadows. So the first thing you want to do is bring your shadows down a little bit. Here, I'll move this out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing. As you see, it's just giving, you know, it's just taking away a little bit. Look at that. It's just bringing it popping right there. And then you want to bring your midtones down as well a little bit. Just to kind of give more of that further desaturation feeling. Not too much. And then you want to also take your highlights, but you want to bring your highlights up. See how much she's popping? Whoop, a little too far. Just something very, very, very slight. So she's actually popping out pretty well. Now what you're going to do is just duplicate the image. So just, boom, copy. All good. Now on your copied image, make sure you have it selected. Filter. And this is where it's really, really going to help and happen. High pass. You can kind of leave it to wherever. It's usually to where it just kind of comes up. I'm just adding a little bit more. As you can see, you can bring it through and just see. So all right, boom. So now you're going to go over to your layer and you're going to go to overlay. Look at that, it just pops out. And you want to bring the opacity down to about, I'd say, 50-ish%. So we got it at 50%. And once again, I'll bring up the raw file just to show you, like right at the end, you know, what this is exactly doing. So as you've seen, she's way more defined. The features are popping out. She's really popping out from this screen. So the next thing you're going to do is right-click on the layer and then click Merge down at the bottom, just to bring it all into one. Now you kind of want to see how it's going to darken her face. Once again, I should have put in fill light in the raw, but I'm going to adjust the exposure just slight. It might mess it up a little bit, but not much. You want to go over to your dodge and burn tool, and right now I have it selected on dodge. And you want to go around the eyes, so I'm going to zoom in here. This is a really, really tack sharp photo, by the way. And you want to set this to your midtones, which is already set on. And exposure is at 50, so we'll see how that, just to give it a little bit of a pop. Just go around the eyes. You kind of see before and after the eyes. Just a little bit. It's just giving a little bit, and since it's an overlay, you can play with the exposure a little bit. Just to give it a touch more of a pop. Let's go over to this eye. Now this eye might be a little more unrealistic, but it's just giving it something more, a little bit more of a bam. But yeah, I'm feeling that. Her eyes are sticking out. It's so awesome. So what's left to do? Well, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to take the burn tool, and once again, this is this rough part of this dragon effect. And this is where you just go in and highlight all these features and, you know, stuff that she has. So like piercings, ears, blah, 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 etc. All this is going to pop. Make sure your burn tool set to high, set to your midtones. 50% is fine. And just go around. And you can also change the opacity and stuff when you're done. But you kind of do this as you please. I'm mainly doing this just to, you know, bring out the features. And once again, this is why you normally don't do it to female models, because you want to, you know, hide imperfections. Not saying she has some imperfections, but it's just, it gives a much more awesome feel, an awesome tone to this. Oh, too far on the sides there. Just gives a little oomph to the hair as well, you know. Then you can go in and do some spot healing to do this. I'm not going to do that today, but yeah, just simple, just features, just bring out, you know, just bring out everything, darken the lips, etc. It just makes it pop out so much more. Boom, boom, and yeah. So I think that's about all we are going to do right now. I'm just going to tweak this a little bit just to give it a couple, you know, just a little more. I'm going to go to brightness and contrast, see if I can kick some light in her face. that taken. I really like this look. I mean, it looks a little over processed, but once again, this is the point of this Dragan effect. But yeah, you can kind of obviously do as you please, but I'm just giving something way more intensified. Kind of really liking that. I mean, you go from, an image, you go from this to this, bam. Now, as I said, I know it kind of looks a little overdone. This is actually one of the first times I've ever done this, but you know what? I think it looks pretty cool. I might actually desaturate this a little more. Just let her just pop on screen, and I'm feeling that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, this is called the Dragan effect. And just simple, it's just simple stuff. You mess with, here I'll just tell you right here, you mess with, mess with your levels under adjustments, your hue and saturation, drop your saturation, your curves, set 3 midpoints, highlights, midtones, and shadows, and tweak them as well to get the intense look you're looking for. Duplicate the layers so you can put a filter on it. Go to filter, high pass, and just play with the percent a little bit, not too much. Then you just go to overlay at the bottom, bam, set it to overlay, sorry. You go to the blend mode and drop the opacity to 50%. And yeah, start dodging the eyes to make them pop a little more. As you see, it stands out perfectly here. So, and then if you want, burn the background or burn to get more of the effects and details of her face. And I really, really like how this came out. As I said, I would probably put in a little more fill light. I would have liked to have seen the photographer put in some more fill light. But overall, I think it's an amazing shot. It was shot well, shot at f4, 105 millimeters, and really compressed the background. So here's the Dragan effect, guys. I'm submitting it. Boom, raw data of the week, 74 or 75. I forget which one it is. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. See ya.